Just thought I'd make a wee quick video on this. I've got these antique scales here. They weigh a ton. They weigh a ton. Really, really heavy. If they're on the floor, you struggle to pick them up. And I want to put them on a shelf here above my table. But I don't want big, ugly brackets. I've done this before with lighter stuff. I'm starting the drill. The drill's not working right. The actual hammer actually not working right. So I started off with two small holes here. But this is what I'm doing. That's the offcut of this table. I want this offcut of this table to be up there above to hold I might cut a wee bit narrower to hold these scales, but I don't want no brackets. These are metal bars here that I got from my old factory 17 years ago. They used to hold yarn, and you drill the hole deep enough to hold them brackets. So the wall's about 4 inches thick, like, so about 4 inches of that steel is going to go under the wall, and that's enough to hold the rest of the shelf up. Now, I might get the router and root out a couple of slots here. They won't go the full way. The bracket might only come as far as here, you see. By the time you take away 4 inches. So the problem is, if you're slightly crooked with your drill, that knocks that bracket away out. You've got to try and get that as level as possible. If it's slightly out, you maybe could bend it a bit. Normal wee shelves, it works alright. Big heavy scales, I don't know. I might have to put another two in, but the more you put in, the harder it is going to be get them all level. To get them all 100% level is going to be next to impossible. I'm going to try two and see how much it bends. But so I used the first small bit. I put the bigger bit now. Don't need a big long bit. Put a wee bit of sellotape on, need a sticky tape, and that's just slightly wider. And you don't want it loose. Now what you could do, sometimes you get expansion bolts and all, and you get glues that go into walls. And if you had a deliberately big hole and put in a resin, if you were slightly crooked, you could position it level. I wanted a tight fit, so I bang this in with a hammer, so you ain't going to come out. So I got a wee bit of sticky tape. I'll put a wee bit of sticky tape on there, make sure it don't go through the whole wall. I've got these wee happy stickers from that TEMU site. That'll do the job there, look. Put a wee happy sticker on it. Look at that there. But say, the hammer actually is not working on this. You hear it when it comes on, don't know what's wrong with it. I may end up buying a new drill. It hasn't done a wild lot of work really, that drill. It's done alright, but no, it meant to do work. So I'll see if I can get my phone set up now and do all the rest of this. You get the idea. That might be it there now. I'll get a hammer. Not sure how far I'm on. This is all guesswork here, so it is. You hear the pitch changing, boy? It's like rocking back to top. Hiya. That's really level there, boys. They dare put a third one in. That worked out pretty well, you know. The chance of getting three. I wouldn't get four in. I'm not going to be accurate enough for four. I'm going to try a third. Third one, it's just smidgy higher. But if I root that out a wee bit with a router, so do the job. So what I'll do now, I'll get a wee pencil. So the third one might cause problems. Lots of pencils, but there's no nibs on them. So that's it now. I'll go out now and get the router and I'll root out I'll go now and get the router, and I'll root out a wee bit of wood here, and then you won't see these here brackets. It's not often I use the router, so it doesn't have to be exact as long as it's a wee bit, it can be a bit wider, just so it sits on top. And the last wee tweaking, you can bend the odd wee bar up and down, so I'll just bend that bar down slightly with a hammer, and that'll do the job. What I said to do, I have a router, but very few people would have one. So I'm going to do it with a wee circular saw. You do it with a big circular saw, the same idea. Big circular saw is better. But, so what I'm going to do here now, if you see that bar there, you can see how thickness the bar is to that wood. It's less than half the thickness. So I just want to take a wee bit of wood out to allow that bar to go in. You can see how crooked the bar is in the wall. As long as the bar is level that way, it doesn't matter if it's back or forward as far as the shelf goes. So because I scraped it with a pencil, you can see that one is crooked. The other ones aren't too bad. I was just concentrating and saying to keep it level. So I get my wee bar, put the saw blade. I'm trying just with one hand, just slightly. You see the idea now? So that's how I set my saw blade. That's how deep I want it. I said these can be slightly wider than what the bar is. So I'll just get my wee saw now. I might have to get the big electric saw to do this. I'm going by the wee guide on the saw. I'm not going to look at the blade. I'll just go by the guide, see where it ends up. It's very hard doing both things, you know. So you get the idea now. Cuts out far too easy. I might have to just go and get the big saw out. Oh, the battery's flat. Take two now. New battery. Batteries don't last very long on these wee things. So now I'm not holding the phone. Just set your blade. Get the idea, like so. Put along the lines. What to do then, you make multiple cuts and just sort of zigzag the saw, and that will take out all the wood in between. The bar fits in like so. Do that the same now with the rest. The board's sliding on me. If you get a wee knot or something, it's a wee bit more difficult. So there's the idea now. 3 slots, a wee bit left there. And then all you need is a wee bit of glue. Glue that up. So there's the end result there. Now the only thing is, because of the shape of the blade, it curves up at the front. So the bar has to be about 1 inch away from the front. I haven't gone down the full depth of that bar. I can adjust the blade to go down the full depth, but you won't see that wee bit. And you don't want the wood too thin. You want enough, because at the end of the day, that's the width then it's going to be left taking the weight of them scales. You're adjusting the weight of the strength of your board. Okay, you just want that wee bit wider and all. So when I set it on for slightly out, no messing about. I say I'll put a wee bit of instant nails, whatever it is in that there. That'd be a strong job. Now when I set it on, now when I put that middle peg in, so just slightly high that middle peg. So what I'll do now, I'll carve that down slightly now, and I'll adjust the guide a wee bit in that saw. I have them other two, so the feet, the actual feet of that is coming here right beside the peg, so the actual weight will be going right on these steel pegs rather than in the middle. But it's next to impossible to get. If you look at them on the wall, they look pretty 100% where they're going in, but in reality, slight variations and stuff. That needs to be banged in a wee bit further too. It's too close to the end of that blade. Too close to the end, so I need to bang that one in slightly. I'll get my saw out, loosen the wee nut, and bring that guide down slightly. That'll probably do it there. And that'll take another couple of millimeters now of this. So I'll just zigzag it back and forth and take a couple of millimeters off. So the bars, although the shelf's level there now, that one there is not quite touching, and the one in the middle is still higher. I could bend that down with a hammer, but I'm not going to. When I put the weight of the scales in that, it's going to bend that bar. That wee bar is going to bend down. And once you bend, I'm full pressure now. When it bends down, it engages them other two. So I think a wee bit of you know what? The weight of them scales is not going to go anywhere. I'll set the scales on and see how solid she is. I don't think she's going to go anywhere. If you put on instant nails, you never really get it off. There's no way of pulling them brackets out again. To get them out, you need an angle grinder. But I'm going to set the scales on, see how sturdy it is. I can't ever see it needing stuck on. If I needed it, I could put on instant nails and put on the scales, see what happens. Anybody else would have lifted the wee tablecloth off first. I was bunging the washing machine. It's actually handy bunging it in the washing machine, just getting the cement off the table right now. So that's her in place there now. Not glued or nothing, it's not going to go anywhere. But you see underneath now, she's all sitting level. So just as I presumed. And if I put this on top, so it's hard to explain how heavy they are. They're really heavy. So that's going to hold there. Them bars there, like there's some strength in them bars. But if you go to a scrapyard, you might get something similar. The only thing with them, they don't seem to rust, you know. They've all tarnished over the years. 17 years I'm lying in my shed. Use them for different jobs. But there you go now. That's how you get a shelf there now. Take a wee photograph of it. We're standing upright. My wee shelf's been up there now a couple of days and hasn't fallen down. I was thinking I could put, you know the wee clamps you get in a 13 amp plug? I was thinking if you have any young wains in your house and they were, say the table was moved away and a wain was to bang up and knock that up and the shelf was lighter, they could knock it off. You're not going to knock that big thing off. But by using the wee, you know with the wee 13 amp plug, you get the wee plastic thing with the two screws to hold your flex tight. You could put a couple of them wee things on. If you glued it on with instant nails, you wouldn't really lift the board off for painting the walls or nothing, or painting the shelf itself. So it'd be a hassle because you can't slide out from the wall. Them's in rock hard. Well, not there, it's your excess. I got all my wee clocks up again. Some people that start buying, I don't know, I'm not a clock collector. What I am is I like old commercial things. So that Leicester Building Society, that became Alliance in Leicester Building Society, and then it became Santander. So you're going back a couple of generations. The reason why I got my clocks are lying underneath the sofa this last year since I emptied the old kitchen out. And I heard in the radio about why a boy says, why do the clocks always be at 10 to 2? I never knew that. And you know what? So I've only got two going. That's my radio controlled one. That's just a plain one. That's the one I use to tell the time. That one there goes backwards. You know, some people are a bit backward. If you're a bit backward, that's the one you want there. That goes back to front. The only thing I think is going backwards, I was always told, I don't know if it's true or not, but if you say the Lord's Prayer backwards at 12 o'clock, it's always 12 o'clock, isn't it? Maybe you have a few candles. Say the Lord's Prayer backwards, the devil will come. And it's always a wee bit dodgy. Is that clock going back? Would that be an evil clock? I don't know. But maybe I have been cursed. I don't think so. Um, Philips. So dictation systems. There's not much left of Philips now. They're all sold off. Direct wines. I bought that one. I bought that. I bought them all like in second-hand shops. Got that one free there. Um, I went to a shop up in Newton Stewart years ago. Our man retiring was selling off all the contents of his shop. And after the auction was over, the two things I was interested in weren't sold. And that was, I wanted the 7 Up thing. You know the open and close sign? It's down in my sister's house the minute. You know the open and close sign you get outside a shop? You know, like HB ice cream and stuff like that. Fido Dido open and close sign. I wanted that, and I wanted that wee thing off the door. I got the two of them for free. You can't beat that, can you? But it fell off one time and chopped the wee corner off. There you go, look. So I'm not going to try putting it on the wall no more. So I stuck it up in a nail. And that's the thing I got free from Timu. I don't know, TEMU. So that does me now. Look, that's homely there now. That's homely there now. As homely as it gets. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wire that clock up. There's 2 lights inside that clock. 2 fluorescent lights. I'm going to put an LED light in that. And I'm going to wire that up. I'll have it lit up then.